Hello Dragons, my name is Brona. I am one of the service managers for Looked After Children in the Southern Trust. Let me start by showing you a photograph. Now, apart from the obvious dragons, can you spot the difference between these two children? No? Well, let me tell you. The little girl on the right is a looked after child. So what does that mean? That means that this little girl is looked after outside of her family home for reasons that are not her fault, and these could be domestic violence in the home, physical abuse, emotional abuse, just to name a few. Across the Southern Trust, we have 532 children who are looked after away from the family home. Usually these children are looked after in foster placements. What we do in the Looked After Children service is we try to offer a positive experience for these children who come into our facilities to have contact with their families. But often this is not a positive experience for our young people because of the quality of the rooms that they come into. But I'm not going to sell this to you Dragons. I'm going to let you hear it firsthand from some of the stakeholders who we work with. So I'm going to hand over to them.
VOIPIC have been consulting and supporting young people from across Northern Ireland to come up with a language of care dictionary. Young people feel that they wanted to create a language of care that can be understood by people outside of their world. Young people want to be able to chat to their friends, to their family, to their teachers or other people and not have to explain what words mean. Young people spoke about feeling different because they're in care, and they hope that by changing some of these words, it will help them feel more equal, feel less different. Young people have spoken, they've said that they believe that the best way to make life better for young people in care is to learn from the experts, and that's them. One of the words in particular that young people felt need changed was contact. Contact for young people, they feel it should be named family time. Contact is a strange word. Being in contact with someone can be anything from a phone call to a text or a postcard or a letter throughout the year. For you, contact could be a date in the diary when you meet up with people that you know, but for these young people, it's time with their family. It's their family time. It's a time when they get to see mums, dads, brothers, sisters and grandparents, and they really look forward to seeing them and spending time with their family. So contact sounds boring to them, whereas family time sounds fun. Obviously with contact, we have contact workers, we have types of contact, which is supervised, unsupervised, semi-supervised. And young people felt those words could be changed also. So the likes of supervised contact could be supported family time. And that young people understand sometimes adults need to be present, they need to be there, they need to be in the room. They would rather use the word supported family time because they feel that they're being watched and maybe they will worry about doing something wrong. In relation to the contact worker, yet again, that's the person who visits whilst they're there in family time. They should be there to help them build a positive relationship with their family members. I suppose VOIPIC are aware that the Trust are looking to improve the experience for young people in care and in relation to their family time, and VOIPIC fully endorse and support the application for the monies to update, to upgrade the family time rooms. These need to be more child-centred, they need to be more welcoming, more soft furnishings, brightly coloured, more sensory, more up-to-date games to keep young people and the family and the parents engaged.
I'm a young person that used to be in foster care, and whenever I was in foster care I used to have to come into rooms like this for what we call contact, which is spend time with your family. These rooms are very dull and just not really accommodating. They're not family orientated, they aren't like cozy or comfortable. Whenever I would have wanted to come into the rooms, if I was to look back at being 15 and having to come into these rooms again, I would have wanted to see colour, actual just furniture to sit on, just something that made it more comfortable, make an awkward situation more comfortable, because contact would have been like scheduled forced time with your family. I would have wanted like things to be like games, like board games, something for me to actually interact with my family. Maybe a kettle for me to make a cup of tea, make it just like it was a visit, like I was popping around for a cup of tea, make it just more comfortable, and just to make the awkward situation a bit less traumatic than it was. When I was in care, I also had a baby in care, so I would have had to come to contact with my baby to meet my family. and the facilities just weren't accommodating to the needs of my baby. Like, there was nowhere for me to change his nappy, there was nowhere for me to heat up his bottles. There was just nothing. And then there's times that there would have been awkward silence. I didn't really want to go to contact, but I felt obliged that I had to go because it was the only time I had with my family. So I just went anyway, but I would have just sat in silence. And it would have been nice if there was maybe things to, sort of zone out the awkward silence, like a TV or radio, maybe like a games console that I could just play away. But because it's normal just to sit in a room and watch TV with your family. So if a TV had been there, it would have made the awkwardness more comfortable and bearing. There's times that my placement would have broke down, and that's the room I would have been put into. It was just this dull room with nothing to do, and I could have been sitting there from 9 o'clock right up until 5, still not knowing where I was going, and I was already feeling very traumatic and just anxious. Like, I don't know where I'm going. I could be anywhere. I won't have my friends nearby. My school will be far away, and I would have just felt steps coming down the corridor, and I always would have thought, oh, this is my time, someone's coming to get me. And nobody would have came. I actually used to sit out and look out the window and just count the cars, just to pass the time. But there was nothing to entertain me or keep me just sane during that time.
Hello, I'm a parent who's coming to a building like this to see my daughter. And I think it would make better if the room would be a little bit bigger than this one. If there would be maybe colorful walls and more toys, activity toys for the kids. Also could be maybe some paint or crayons, and TV would be nice as well in the background. So there will be some music or something. And Samara, what you would like to see next time in this room? What, if you're coming to this room, we're gonna come to this room next time, what you would like to see?
Teddies.
Teddies? Would you like to see anything?
Would look like that.
Okay. And would you like to see anything else? What would you like to do?
I like to coloring.
Coloring you would like to do, okay. If you would have magic wand, what would you like to have here next time?
Unicorn.
Unicorn, oh.
Hello, can I take this opportunity to express my sincere thanks to the Southern Trust for allowing me to care for our most vulnerable children in society. And I would speak to other carers and say to them that if you open your home to foster children, you have to give them the best of you. Times will be difficult, situations will change. We are expecting our children to go to contact with parents, and that for some children may be a good experience or a bad experience. We don't know to the extent of what has went on in children's lives before they've went into care or come into care, and that can be so hard. Our contact rooms are needing help. They are dire. There's no great facilities, there's no furniture, the sensory issues are dire, there's no TVs, there's no sofas. I wouldn't expect my children to go and see family in a room like that. So why should we expect our looked after children to visit family in these type of rooms? I plead to the Dragons to give us some money to ensure our looked after children have the best family rooms available to young children.
It would be to have a gaming console, a TV, a sofa and new internet in the room because it's crap.
I have had the privilege over the last few months of working with many of the children and young people who you've seen today. The children and young people have directly told me that the contact rooms they see and visit their parents in are really not good enough. And I have to be honest, I agree. If I was in their position, I wouldn't want to use our contact rooms either. But Dragons, we can change this. We can make this change today. Our ask is, Dragons, please provide us with £15,000 to deliver a top quality family room that our children and young people and their parents actually want to visit, with items they want to play with and engage with, which overall will improve the quality, safety and experience of their family time together. I don't really feel that's a big ask, but together, alongside our other stakeholders who you've heard directly from today, such as FOIPIC, our parents, our foster parents, our staff, and most importantly, our children and young people, we can make this change. Please provide us with a £15,000 to ultimately better family experiences within our contact rooms. Please make the change. Please change our rooms from contact rooms to family rooms and provide us with £15,000. Thank you, Dragons.